Hey, how y'all doing? Thursday afternoon here on the Space Coast of Florida, area code 321. Beautifully comfortable day. Wasn't really hot. I mean, it was warm, but it wasn't as hot as it has been. You know, here in Florida we have two seasons. We have hot and hotter. And today it was just hot. So, how y'all doing? Every time I say that phrase, I can remember a specific place, a specific time when I said it and got the biggest kick of my life. Now, my wife and I went to Bible college in Houston, and after we graduated, that's where we met. I'm originally from Indiana, she's from Louisiana. We settled in Louisiana. So I remember and we said, "Hey, how y'all doing?" all the time. So that was normal. So I got a letter in the mail one day. This was about 3 years after I graduated from Bible college. I got a letter in the mail from my district superintendent. In the letter, he was telling us about the opportunity to serve as associate missions to the military ministries of our denomination in West Germany. Now, we were not chaplains or part of the military. What happened was there was a group of military families that got together and they began to grow, and it got to the point that they could support a full-time pastor. So they were asking for a pastor, so they petitioned the Foreign Missions Division of our denomination. And my district superintendent has always worked very closely with foreign missions. He sends out this letter to my wife and I, when I got the letter and read it, I knew this was it. This was the will of God. I knew it beyond a shadow of doubt. I actually thought I was dreaming when I opened up the letter. And they said that there was a family, a church that had enough people in it to support us, and would we be willing to go for a term. So we applied, we were appointed, and we were on the field. We were in Kitzingen, West Germany in 6 weeks. Sold everything that we had and moved to Kitzingen, West Germany. Just 3 big trunks with everything that we owned in them, and our little 4-year-old son in tow. It was an experience of a lifetime. I loved it. If I could go back to Germany, I would go tomorrow. If the Lord has an opportunity for me to do something like that again, anywhere in Germany, I would be willing to serve. I just loved Germany, and I loved working with the United States military. And working in a military community, you got to see all of the stuff that was going on, you know, all the marching, all the military equipment. I mean, we had a very heavy military presence there in Kitzingen, West Germany. It wasn't a very big city in Germany, but we had 2 large casernes there, or barracks, Harvey Barracks and Larson Barracks, and part of the 3rd Infantry Division. We also had a number of people that came to our church from Würzburg, home of the 3rd Infantry Division, the headquarters there. And I just loved it. And one day I was standing on my patio, on the balcony of our house, on the 2nd floor of our house. We lived in a 2nd floor apartment. And I'm looking down there at Hohenfelder Straße. And I could hear cadence. And it was getting closer. So I knew there were some troops out doing a road march. And so I got my coffee. I'm going to wait for them to pass the house. So I love that stuff. So I'm standing up there on the patio sipping my coffee. Here they come. Here comes the guy, the point guy, I suppose. He's the point. He's marching out in front of everybody. And then there's the body of troops that's following him. And coming up the rear is one guy walking by himself. I guess he's pulling up the rear. And looking at him, I look at the guy at the back, at the rear. He sees me, I see him, we make eye contact. And I'm just kind of staring at him, and he's kind of staring at me, and he's got this little grin on his face, and he's practicing some German words in his mouth because he thinks I'm a German. Okay, it's obvious I'm not in the military. All right, I'm not dressed like I'm in the military. My hair was way too long to be. And so he's looking at me, I'm sipping my coffee, I'm watching him, and he gets It gets a little closer to my balcony, and finally he says, looks up at me with all the enthusiasm as he could muster up. He says, "Guten Morgen." And I say, "Hey, how y'all doing?" He just ducked his head, just shook his. Of all the people in Germany for him to practice his German on, it was somebody that came to Germany from Louisiana, an American. So just the look on his face was priceless. All right, well, I'm not going to belabor this. I'm just going to let you know that over the next few days, I'm going to be sharing some thoughts with you from 3 of my favorite chapters in the entire New Testament. 3 powerful chapters. I read them on a regular basis. They are thought-provoking. I find myself studying them and digging nuggets out of them continually. And these 3 chapters are found in Matthew chapters 5, 6, and 7, also known as the Sermon on the Mount. These are some heavy-duty sayings of Jesus. And I encourage you, I challenge you over the next week or so, commit yourself to reading these 3 chapters every single day. Every single day. Reading them, rereading them. Meditate on them. What seems to jump off the page at you? What phrase, what word seems to stand out from the others? What is God saying to you from this? Because this is Jesus' manifesto. That's what John Howard Yoder calls it. John Howard Yoder, one of the premier New Testament scholars. I highly recommend his book, The Politics of Jesus. I'm going to let you know right now, it is not an easy read. It is an academic work, but it is one of the best works on understanding the kingdom of God, differentiating between the kingdom of God and the kingdom of the world, calling it the Jesus Manifesto. Powerful statements, powerful reality, powerful truth. And the thing about it is, the Sermon on the Mount, this is how Jesus wants his kingdom to function. This is how Jesus wants his kingdom to behave. This is how Jesus wants his kingdom to sound and to live. These aren't suggestions. These are the keys to living out the kingdom of God in this day and age. And it's counterintuitive. It's counterintuitive to everything that we're accustomed to when we see government in this world. So I challenge you, over the next few weeks, take some time, read Matthew chapters 5, 6, and 7, go over them. We're going to be talking about some of these things in upcoming videos. I want to share some truth with you. I want to go as deep as we possibly can, and I encourage you to do the same. Well, God bless you. You all have a wonderful day. Bye now.